I have created this Karwa Chauth makeup look with underpainting technique, which you all guys ask me all the time. So let's do this. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I have already done my skincare and I'm wearing the jewelry, which I think that it looks good with the sari that I'm wearing, which doesn't have a blouse. So that's that, and now we are rolling into the makeup. Starting with the lipstick, I'm using MAC Cosmetic lipstick, and you don't have to apply it on your lips right now, but you have to apply it on your cheeks first, because in underpainting technique I always use this technique of applying lipstick as blush, and all you gotta do is blend it with a fluffy blending brush so that we can have a beautiful cheeks. I mean, we are just starting with the blush. I know it's very difficult for people to understand, but this is how underpainting technique works. You can literally use any of the lipstick of your choice and apply it as a blush. If you don't have the blush, or if you have the blush, then you can apply it. Now I'm going to apply more of the lipstick on the concentrated area to get the more pigment on that particular pigment, so that I can have more blush on my cheeks. So I always like those kind of cheeks where I have got lots of redness, because I'm going to cover it up as you are going to see it. So that's why I like to have much more pigment on my cheeks. Moving on to the under eye corrector, I am going to use this corrector. I think it's from Believe Beauty and it's from the US, but you can use any of the under eye corrector available in India. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it underneath my eyes. These days I have not been sleeping well, and because of the Navratri hangover, my under eyes are looking really bad. So I need this under eye corrector so that we can have a flawless base. As you can see, I'm just applying it with my fingers and blending it out, and it is merging with the blush as well. So now I'm going to apply the concealer on top of it, and it's from Tarte. It's a Tarte Shape Tape concealer. So it's a full coverage concealer that I'm going to apply it onto my highlighting areas as well as my under eyes. And you guys, if you see it properly, I'm applying the same amount of product which we applied normally in any traditional makeup. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the contour. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. So this is in the shade 8, and I'm placing it onto the areas where I need to contour. And of course, I'm having double chin because I had lots of food. So that's that, and this is how our face is looking right now, and we are going to blend everything out. So starting with the contour, I'm just blending it out with a fluffy blending brush. It's a brush from Real Techniques, which I usually use. As you can see, I'm taking a time, but I'm not completely blending out the whole makeup. I'm keeping it half blended. Okay, this is the key for the underpainting technique, that you have to half blend it first, and then you have to fully blend it the time. I'm going to tell you when you are going to do that. But as you can see, my concealer is already placed, my blush contour is half blended, not completely blended. Now we are going to blend the concealer with a flat brush. Yes, I don't have the brush right now for the concealer, but we are going to blend it out with the flat brush. And as you can see, I'm taking much time in blending the concealer out, and I'm just going to spread it out into the places where I have used it, but not completely blending the whole concealer. All right, so you can see the stark areas where we have applied the contour as well as the concealer, and this is how our face is supposed to be for the underpainting technique. All right, You can use this technique with whatever amount of product you like on your face. You can apply little lesser amount, you can apply little more amount. It depends on your taste. So it's like namak swad anusar. So if you don't like this much amount of makeup, you can just skip it, okay? Moving on to the foundation, I'm using Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and I'm just using one pump of foundation. Mind you, I'm not using two pumps, I'm using just one pump because half of the coverage has been there with the contour and the blush. So now I'm going to show you how we are blending everything together with just the foundation. It's one pump of foundation, and we are just blending it out in a proper way that whatever amount of product we have applied underneath, you don't have to disturb it, you know, you have to let it be there and just look at the magic that underpainting technique creates, you know. You can also use the sponge, but I prefer the brushes because I have to wash the sponge every now and then, and it's a big headache. So better you use the brushes, and it's very easy to clean it up, and it gives a beautiful effect with underpainting technique. Moving on to the powder, as you can see, there is a bindi on my powder, which we are going to use it at the end. Now I'm just going to get rid of those fine lines and placing the powder on top of it so that we have a beautiful under eyes, and you can literally see my face is becoming poreless, flawless and amazing. Let me tell you that this technique is been tried and tested thousands of times by me. You can literally trust me for this and just try it out just for once, okay? Moving on to the brows, I'm just brushing them up, and today I'm going to use the eyeshadow for filling up the brows. I'm not going to use the eyebrow pomade. It's just because that I'm trying to find different ways how to keep my eyebrows subtle and not lose the hair from the brows. Okay, so that's that. I'm using a cool tone brown and a gray and mixing it up, and I'm just applying it. Now, whatever amount of concealer is there on my brush, I'm just putting it onto my eyelids just to have a little bit of coverage. You can skip this step if you don't like too much of eyeshadow onto your eyes. And now I'm going to show you the most amazing eyeshadow palette, which is the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I recommend you. This is the most stunning, most amazing eyeshadow palette. So today I'm going to do the halo eyes, and for that I'm using a dark tone maroonish brown color, and I'm applying it onto my inner corners as well as the outer corners, and I'm just placing it just to get the eye shape, and then we are going to blend it out with another shade. And you just have to keep in mind that you need that kind of a punch, so don't hesitate to apply more of the shadow at the places where we need to create the halo eyes. Okay, now I'm connecting with the lower lids as well, and I'm just placing it onto the outer. As I said, we are going to blend this thing out with the another shade, and I'm using a lighter shade, mixing two of them and blending out the edges. This is in the crease area so that we can have a nice crease and the outer edges are blended out perfectly. Moving on to the shimmer shadow, I'm using the sultry shade, and I'm going to apply it onto the areas where we have not applied the eyeshadow, and I'm placing it in a particular way that when the light hits onto it, it looks beautiful halo. Now I'm also going to touch up with the golden shadow on top of it. It's a golden shimmer, so we are mixing sultry and gold all together. And now I'm going to apply the mascara on both of my lashes, like upper and lower, both, so that we can have nice and this is the highlighter from Swiss Beauty, and it always stays on my desk. Let me tell you, this is one of the best highlighters in the market. As you can literally see how beautiful the highlighter is. It gives the wet look effect, and if you apply a setting spray on top of it, it's gonna mesh it up and it's gonna look bomb.com. Trust me, this is the most amazing highlighter and affordable one that you can have it in your kitty, and just look at that, how beautiful it looks. I'm using the same MAC lipstick on my lips, and I'm just applying it onto the periphery of my lips, and I'm going to blend it out with my fingers so that it gives the pigment onto my lips but do not look that too much, you know. I mean, I just needed a lesser amount of pigments on my lips, so this is how I applied the lipstick. And I'm going to apply the lip gloss from Bare Cosmetics. It's in the shade Blushing Happiness, and it looks amazing. I mean, I'm going to show you, like, look at that. My lips are looking juicy and so gorgeous. I'm in love with Bare Cosmetic lip glosses. They are the best. I mean, I have been using it for such a long time now. And that's it, you guys. This is the whole finished makeup look that I have created in just 20 minutes. And I hope you like it and you're gonna try it, if not tomorrow but some other day, whenever you feel like. But try this under painting technique. See you in my next video. Bye.